What's going on, guys? So we got Perth Pro Players team member Alex Neal here, the veteran mill player. Mill is back. I think we've seen it enough topping, but why not just fuck people over at locals as well? All right. What is it? Stay strapped or get clapped,
Stay
boys.
strapped or get clapped, man. That's it.
All right. So I think everyone knows what Janemba does.
Yeah, I mean, we can skip over this.
Yeah, it's just swing
we
mill
got
too.
the nice art here.
Yes, beautiful.
So
Beautiful
swing
looking
mill
art.
outside. Everyone knows what that does.
All right.
Whistler's mum.
Of course. What a legend. If everyone remembers the Mr. Bean movie, you remember those.
Yeah. So we'll start off with the cards that mill here.
All right.
So we have the Reality Bender, just really good. Comes down for 1 energy. You can swing it with crit. Sometimes it's risky if you think your opponent can remove it. A lot of the time I just play this for 1 energy and then just pass turn.
Yep.
Just get your mill in.
That's it.
Keep it safe.
Just kind of speeds up your win con a little bit quicker as well.
Definitely.
So easy to get at now as well. People are always playing stuff. You don't play much in this deck at all,
not
really.
At all. Just more Janembas here.
Yep.
Demon Sword. Basically, similar thing. This one you got to pay 4 for it, but it warps something as it leaves. You can activate main, mill 2. Good
I feel like,
again.
is this really good in most matchups because of the removal?
Yeah, it's like deflect and having removal. It's always pretty good.
Yeah.
These two, like the Reality Bender and the Demon Sword, are like your really safe Janembas to go for.
Yeah.
We do run 2 of the Agent of Destruction as well. For him not having the deflect makes him a bit more of a risk.
Yeah.
I mean, probably only play him against like yellow.
Yes.
Because the worst they're going to do is make it come in rest mode, which you don't really care about. But any that like run the risk of actually dying on play, go for your deflect.
For sure. I feel like the mill 3 though on the Agent of Destruction is huge.
It's good when it works.
Yes.
So on this one you do get a draw, you get an untap, and it's a mill 3.
Yeah, and that's huge for this deck
It's
as
huge,
well. For
but
sure.
it is the risky play.
Definitely. All right, cool. So there's your Janemba package.
Janembas, and then we play 4 of the Unison.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's not a great Unison, but it does what we want. And at 2 energy, it's cheap enough. I've had games where I've played 2, even 3 of these in a turn. You just kind of stockpile them in hand and go for a big mill out turn in the end game. Yeah, like I said, it's not great, but it does what you want.
Yeah. How often do you find this card gets like cleared?
It dies quite often, but if your opponent's wasting attacks into this thing and not swinging your leader, you're saving resources by not having to negate, not having to combo out. It's a win overall.
Yeah, that's true.
If you're worried about it, you can jam this turn 2 and just go for the crit to go to 3 markers. Typically, it won't die that turn if it goes to 3 markers. And then you can start milling from there.
Yep.
Or, if you've got multiple copies, just jam 1 turn 2, jam 1 turn 3.
Yep, that's it.
Just go for it.
That's it, and just get those mills going.
That's it. And another Unison we play. This is far stronger. It's the Blue Unison. I have thought about going into a 3rd copy of this. It's just amazing. It does everything you want. It draws you cards, untaps energy. Double strike 20k pressure is good for clearing opposing Unisons.
Sure.
And obviously, it's just a phenomenal Unison. For super combos, just run basic super combo here. It's the best blue super combo. Don't really need Zamasu in this deck. You're not abusing tapping your opponent's stuff too much.
No Aegis anymore either. So.
No, this is just a straight mono blue.
Yep.
So this is the one you want.
Yeah, I feel like it's always a good choice to be able to draw 2 cards as well.
For sure.
Because sometimes you do get clogged.
Yeah.
Sometimes in this deck as well, because you do have a lot of extra cards, a lot of 1-cost combos.
A lot of things that if they're dead, you want to be able to get rid of them.
Yeah, for sure.
So 4 dimension magic, pretty self-explanatory.
Great card.
4 Sensu Bean.
Yeah.
You're a slow blue deck. You want the defense from this.
I feel like this deck also abuses Sensu Bean a lot because of the 1-cost. These
But
cards coming up right
these
now.
These cards coming up. So
Yeah,
we run
so
a bunch
that's why I
of the
abuse
pseudo super combos. So it costs 1 energy, plus 10k and you draw a card. We run 6 of them, but in reality, this is copies 7 through 10.
Yep.
I look at this card as it's the blue pseudo combo that can do other things if you need it in a pinch.
Yeah, for sure.
I really try and avoid bottom decking anything with these effects. I'm just using it as a blue pseudo combo, but if you're in a bind, you can do it.
Yeah, it's definitely good removal, like on your turn, just if you need it, because unfortunately there's not a hell of a lot of removal in the deck.
If you need it, the other removal card we do have, I can come to it now, is Max Power, and this is definitely a much cleaner way to just kill something big. This being activate main, much easier than activate battle.
Yep.
if your opponent knows you're trying to remove with this one, they can negate your attack off your leader.
Yep.
Makes things very awkward. Max power, just very reliable. Gets it to the board.
For sure.
Ultra Instinct, Goku's Kamehameha. For one card, gets you out of like a 25k attack.
Yep.
It's really, really handy.
It's huge.
We are running the Heroine's Lineage. Sorry.
Turn it sideways, that's it.
How
much does this like come up, like stealing people's cards?
Not as much as it used to be honest. So many cards now are like 8 cost.
Yep.
Or they have barrier.
Yep.
To be honest, just don't look for like the big blowout with this card anymore. Just take some value when you can.
Yeah, that's fair.
You know, taking a 20k double strike or a crit attacker off your opponent, sometimes that's good enough.
Yep.
You know.
Yeah, for sure. I feel like, look, it's always there as the surprise if people aren't expecting it.
That's it.
But you're right. Like
you're not getting the big blowout with it anymore.
Yeah,
People know that you're probably running it.
For sure.
Just be happy getting a little bit of value off it.
Lucky you can't run Hatch in this deck. That's all I say.
Very lucky. Just a further instruction Chamber. Considered cutting this. Very, very rarely do I ever win through damage. Always through mill.
Yeah.
But it's nice to have.
Yeah,
you know,
for
being
sure.
able to get rid of a unison or something like that. It's okay.
And if someone gets greedy or something goes down to 2, it's like always
you can just put some pressure
surprise.
on them.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Could surprise.
So now we're into like the battle cards that kind of support all of this. So we have the Goku Vegeta Saiyan Synergy, really good card.
Yep.
So it's a play negate, and then if they attack your leader again, you can bottom deck this to Sensu Beam for the turn. It's very, very solid. Just playing this can like force your opponent into weird lines because your negate comes out in rest mode. They normally just don't want to swing your leader again. They want to try and attack this, or they start attacking your unison, and doing all kinds of weird things just to stop you from using this effect.
Yeah.
Which is just a win for you. Global Unifier card is so good. Probably would cut this further instruction for a 3rd copy of Kami, to be honest. Has deflect, draws a card on play. Then you pay 2 energy, and you can effectively always board wipe your opponent of 4 or less, ignoring barrier.
Yeah, which is huge.
Very huge. Really slows your opponent down. Ultra Instinct, Saiyan Instinct, sorry. You're not really using a drop for a whole lot in this deck. You're really just looking to activate this card, maybe warp some cards to buy back your max power Kamehamehas. And we run 2 overall cards later, but they're not super critical, you know.
Yeah.
We're looking to just kind of get a bit of value as this gets into the drop.
It's just filter if you need it as well. If your turn just gets stopped, you have 2 energy up, you're like, all right, cool, I'll spend it.
Say you've already got a Boo Unison and you're not confident playing a Janemba,
Yep.
you know, just pay 2 energy, draw
That's
some
it,
cards.
and then it's just more cards you can combo.
That's it.
That's most of the time.
Really like this card. Anyone who's been playing for a while, especially in Perth, would know my favourite card is Android 16,
Yes.
Iron Hammer of Justice.
Yep.
And this is basically the new overpowered version of it.
Yep.
Has deflect, has barrier. It only gets to do its KO restand thing once per turn, whereas Iron Hammer you could literally eat your opponent's entire board with. But this has been very good. It really slows your opponent down, makes them very hesitant to attack with their battle cards. They'll just try going with leader and unison to avoid attacking and letting you block with this.
For sure.
Which is that's what you want.
Yep.
If they're making 2 attacks a turn, you're probably going to win.
Yeah, definitely.
And then the last 2 cards in the deck, Bardock Awakening Instincts. This is your Overrealm. It's Overrealm, draw 2, pitch 1. I try not to do this too much. Only really activate this if I can get value from the Bardock swing,
Yep.
or if I'm just getting really low on cards and just desperately need to draw more.
Yep, for sure.
Other than that, I'm happy just to use my graveyard as a resource, as I said, for those max powers and for the Saiyan Instincts.
Yeah, for sure. All right, let's jump in the side, eh?
Yeah,
Let's have a look at that. So
the sideboard is not perfect. I built it in a bit of a rush, but we have some Absolute Release Ball.
beautiful SPRs.
Yeah, they're very nice looking. It's just a nice way to be able to counterplay 3 or less. You know, if you can stop some of those effects from hitting the board,
Yep.
And, you know, it does restand the energy, so it's technically free.
Yep.
It's very good.
It's good when people are like passively trying to get battle cards. Like when you got
For
like
sure.
Riposte and Heroics and things like that.
For sure.
They're trying to obviously build their board. You can kind of stifle
can
it and
slow it
stop
right
that.
down.
Yeah. So
It's
you
great.
play the game at your pace.
That's
for
it.
sure.
That's it. If you're playing your game at Janemba's pace, Janemba's going to win.
Yes, that's it. That's it.
Probably the best card in my sideboard.
Yep.
Probably going to move it to the main at some point.
Definitely.
Mafuba.
It's
This card is just a house.
yep.
It's especially against the new U7 Goku deck.
Yes.
This is like the cleanest answer to their 8-drop.
Yep.
Basically, their 8-drop becomes they paid 4 energy and they take 2 cards from you,
Yep.
which is a fantastic trade for you.
For sure.
Mafuba gets around barrier. It doesn't target. It's just the attacking card.
Yep.
Brilliant card.
I think it's probably one of the strongest cards at the moment. I feel like to deal with that deck.
Every blue deck, I think, if you're not maining it, you should have a couple in the board.
Definitely.
Black Marseillan. This card, although so many things come into play with effects, you'd think this card's amazing. To be honest, the 5k body just dies.
Yep.
It just dies all the time. It's nice to have it in the board. You know, there might be a matchup where you think you can land it and get some value from it. Haru Haru.
Going old school.
Yeah, just old school, man. That's how I like it. Like the old school cards. It's just a 15k crit, and if you're against a green or red, is it?
No, yellow or green.
Yellow or green?
Yep.
You get to restand 4 energy. So you go plus an energy and you get an attacker on board.
Huge.
It's great.
Huge. I love it.
It's great. We have Group Leader Pilaf here. So he's a counter battle card attack, and he can remove a keyword skill from the attacking card, which can be really nice if you've worked your way down to 2 or 3 life and your opponent swings with a huge triple striker.
Yeah.
You know, you just peel off and be like, all right, I'll take you to 1 damage.
That's it.
It's not a great combat trick because you're playing it up front. They know that they're only doing the 1 damage, but it's still nice. It can still buy you some extra time.
Definitely.
A lot of mill decks are becoming popular, so I got 3 of the Guasu in the board.
Yep.
Such a good card, lets you put things back to your deck. It's so handy. Just every one of these you play, you're basically buying yourself another turn. Which is huge.
It's frustrating when you're mirrored.
I versed Paxton in the mirror a couple of weeks ago, and I played all 3 Guases. I don't think Paxton resolved a single one.
Yeah, it's huge
and
difference.
It was massive. Yeah.
Yeah, huge difference.
And then
Last
a lot of
2.
people were playing around with the Grand Priest deck. So I went old school again here with the Jarko, just trying to blow those combo into play cards out of the water here.
Yeah, for sure. Awesome. All right, there we go, guys. So that is Janemba Mill. So is there any shout-outs before we get going, my man?
Yeah, just a shout out to our sponsors, Team Card Titan. I'd like to shout out to the team members, Jimmy, putting up with me. I haven't been around as much as I'd like to lately, but looking to make a comeback, boys.
Yeah, awesome. There we go, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the profile. If you did, please remember to like and subscribe, and then hit that bell to stay notified. And we'll catch you guys on the next one.